Are you feeling that constant pressure, the endless hustle to make more money? Well, today we're going to explore a completely different path, getting rich quietly. We're going to break down 9 really powerful Japanese habits that are all about creating a life of financial calm, not financial chaos.
Does this feel familiar? I bet it does. That constant pressure to earn more, save more, invest more. It can really feel like you're stuck on a hamster wheel that just will not stop. This whole hustle culture thing, it's a massive source of anxiety for so many of us.
But what if there was another way? A quieter path, a much more mindful, more sustainable way to build not just wealth, but well-being. That's exactly what we're going to explore. So let's start by just shifting our perspective a little bit.
Okay, first things first, we have to change the actual goal. See, the path to quiet wealth isn't some frantic race to a finish line. It's about fundamentally changing how we even think about money in the first place.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the hustle culture. It's all about chasing luck, running on stress, and the goal is always more. But on the other side, you have quiet wealth. It's built on purpose, on intention. It's grounded in a calm consistency. And the goal? It isn't an endless pile of more, but a peaceful feeling of enough. Now that is a huge shift.
So, how do we actually make that shift? Well, it all starts with having the right mindset. Like the slide says, how you think is how you grow. Let's dive into the core ideas that really form the foundation of this whole quiet approach. First up, we have ikigai. This is such a powerful idea. It basically asks, what's your reason for getting up in the morning? It's that beautiful sweet spot where what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at all come together.
And here's where the financial magic happens. When you're actually living with a sense of purpose, you stop chasing money so desperately. Instead, wealth becomes this natural byproduct of you living a fulfilling life. It's not the stressful, all-consuming end goal anymore.
Next up is wabi-sabi. This is the art of finding beauty in imperfection. Like a cracked teacup that's been mended with gold, or an old weathered piece of furniture. It's a philosophy that really pushes back against our culture's obsession with everything being flawless, new, and disposable.
So how does this relate to your bank account? Well, wabi-sabi encourages you to find real joy in what you already own. It's kind of the ultimate antidote to consumerism, right? It helps you feel content and totally curbs that impulse to constantly buy new, unnecessary stuff.
And that leads us perfectly into our next concept, kancha, which is quite simply gratitude. This isn't just a feeling though, it's an active, daily practice of recognizing and appreciating the good that's already in your life. So financially, this looks like consciously appreciating what you have right now. Your income, whatever it is, the roof over your head, the food on your table. This simple practice can completely shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. And that is an incredibly powerful foundation for your financial well-being.
All right, so we've talked about the mindset. Now let's get practical. How do we turn these big ideas into small, everyday habits that can quietly build real wealth over time?
First on our list is kakeibo. Now, a lot of people call this a budgeting method, but honestly, it's so much more than that. It's really a mindfulness practice for your money. You're not just crunching numbers, you're developing a much deeper awareness of where your money is going, and more importantly, why.
And the process itself is beautifully simple. At the start of the month, you write down your income and set a savings goal. Then you track what you spend. But the real magic, the part that changes everything, is that reflection at the end of the month, where you ask yourself some powerful questions to help guide your spending for the next month.
Okay, next up is kaizen. And let me tell you, this one is a total game changer. It's the philosophy of making tiny, continuous improvements. So instead of trying to make these huge, overwhelming changes all at once, you just focus on small, 1% gains that are actually easy to stick with.
This old proverb, it perfectly captures the spirit of kaizen. It's all about just taking that first, small step, and then another one, and another. And over time, all those tiny little steps add up to incredible progress.
So what does financial kaizen actually look like? It's as simple as this. Automatically sending an extra $5 to your savings, finding just one subscription to cancel this month, or spending 15 minutes a week learning about investing. These actions feel so small, almost effortless, but their effect over time is absolutely massive.
And finally, let's take a little lesson from the dinner table with Harahachi-bu. This is a famous practice from Okinawa, and it's all about eating only until you're about 80% full. It's a simple, powerful principle of moderation and just avoiding excess. Now let's just apply that same logic to our finances.
The goal is to live on 80% of what you earn. That other 20% isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It's the margin you can use to build your future, whether that's through savings, investing, or paying down debt. It's such a simple but powerful rule to live by.
So, we've covered the mindset, and we've covered the practical actions. Now let's bring it all together and really see what this path to quiet wealth looks like as a complete system.
And there you have it, 9 interconnected habits for a quieter, wealthier life. It starts with your perspective, changing your goal from more to enough. Then you build the mindset with your ikigai, the beauty of wabi-sabi, and daily kansha or gratitude. And finally, you put it into action, using kakebo to be mindful with your money, applying kaizen for small, steady wins, and practicing hara hachi bu by living on 80%. See how it all fits together? It's a whole system.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. Quiet wealth isn't defined by the number in your bank account. It's defined by a life of purpose, of contentment, and of peace. It's about having enough so that you can finally focus on the things that truly matter to you.
And that brings us to the end. Remember, that journey of 1,000 miles starts with just one single step. So, looking at all these habits we've discussed, I'll leave you with this question. Which one small, quiet habit will you start today?